Hello students, today we are going to discuss screw gauge, how to make use of screw gauge to make various measurements. Screw gauge is the device which is used to make the measurements which are even smaller than what can be measured with the help of the vernier caliper. So how to use this? What is the basic principle? Let's start. First, parts. It consists of a U-shaped metal frame, on the left edge of which we have a fixed screw which is known as the stud. On the right edge of the metal frame we have a nut through which a movable screw is passed. The metal frame is connected with a hollow metal cylinder which is called as the sleeve cylinder, on which a horizontal line is present which is known as the baseline, and on the baseline we have some divisions marked which constitute what we call as a main scale. They have been indicated on the main scale in the unit of millimeter. They may be from 0 to 5 millimeter or 0 to 10 millimeter or 0 to 15 millimeter. The sleeve cylinder is now connected further with the circular cylinder. The circular cylinder consists of few divisions, very closely spaced divisions marked along its edge as shown on the blue portion of the circular cylinder, which are known as the circular scale divisions, and it is known as a whole circular scale. There are total 100 divisions present on the circular scale. Some screw gauge have only 50 divisions, that is from 0 to 50. Circular scale cylinder is further connected with the ratchet. Ratchet is connected with the circular cylinder with the help of a spring arrangement, and we have to rotate the ratchet. As the ratchet is rotated, circular cylinder also rotates, circular scale also rotates, sleeve cylinder remains fixed, but the movable screw is connected with the circular cylinder, so it also rotates along with it. So whenever ratchet is rotated, movable screw also rotates, due to which the distance between the stud and the movable screw can be increased or decreased. When the two screws, stud and the movable screw, are joined together, spring present inside the ratchet makes a rattling sound, which is indication we have to stop further rotation. Principle. It is based upon the principle of screw, which states that when a screw is given a rotation about its axis, then it not only rotates about its axis, but its tip also moves through a certain distance in the straight line. So that is the working principle of the screw gauge, that whenever any screw rotates, then it not only rotates about its axis, but it also covers a certain linear distance. Just like the tire of a vehicle, it not only moves around its axis, but also covers a certain distance. Pitch of the screw. You might have seen some threadings present on the screw. If you find out the distance between those threadings, we call it as the pitch. So it is the distance between two consecutive threads of the screw measured along the axis of rotation, or you can also define it as the distance traveled by the tip of the screw when it is given one complete rotation. So whenever screw is given one full 360-degree rotation, then its tips moves forward or backward in a straight line by distance, which is the distance between the two threadings, which is called as the pitch. How to find out the pitch? First step, we have to rotate the ratchet in the clockwise direction so that screw and the stud are joined together. In the second step, we have to rotate the ratchet in the anti-clockwise direction so that it starts opening. Distance between screw and the stud increases, and we have to give it some complete number of rotations. Suppose we have given 5 rotations. So when 5 rotations will be given, then the left edge of the circular scale, it will be moving by a certain distance towards the right side on the main scale. For example, this is the main scale. You have to concentrate on the left edge of this blue portion, which is actually the small part of the circular scale. Initially, it is present on the 0 millimeter when the two screw and stud are joined together. Initial reading is 0 mm, but when it is given 5 rotation, its left edge, now it is present at 5 millimeter division. So it has covered a certain linear distance. We have to note down its value. So this distance which is moved by the left edge of the circular scale on giving certain rotations, we have to note it down, which is 5 millimeter. If you give 6 rotations, it will move a 6 millimeter distance. If you give only 2 rotations, it will accordingly move by a distance of 2 millimeter. Then pitch is given by the formula distance moved by the edge of the circular scale on the main scale divided by number of rotations given. So 5 mm divided by 5 gives us 1 millimeter distance. Final least count. Least count is the least value or least dimension which can be measured by the device. So for least count of the screw gauge, it is the smallest distance moved by the tip of the screw when it turns through one division marked on it. So when one division of the circular scale gets turned, then the distance moved by the tip of screw is called as the least count, which is given by the formula pitch divided by number of circular scale divisions. Because there are 100 circular scale divisions, pitch is 1 millimeter, so its least count is 0.01 mm or 0.001 centimeter, which is even 10 times smaller than that of vernier caliper. Finding zero error. Some screw gauge, they include zero errors. That means sometimes they give us incorrect values. That's what we call as a zero error. How to find? First step, join the screw and the stud together. Now we have to see if zero division of the circular scale is coinciding with the baseline or not. If it is coinciding, then it does not contain any zero error. For example, here is the main scale, red line, horizontal red line is the baseline. So in this case, this is the circular scale. You can clearly see thick black line of zero division of the circular scale is present right on the top of the baseline. So though these two are coinciding together, when this condition will be satisfied, the left edge of the circular scale will be present right on the top of 0 millimeter division of the main scale, as indicated by blinking yellow lines. So if this condition is satisfied, screw gauge does not contain any error. But if this is not satisfied, then zero error is there. So two possibilities are there, that zero division of circular scale is either above the baseline or below it. First case. In this case, the zero division of the circular scale is below the baseline. So in this case, you can see even the left edge is now displaced towards the right side by a certain distance indicated by blinking black arrow or the blue box. So when screw and stud are joined together, the reading of the instrument should be 0. But because in this case, even with that condition, it is giving us some finite value of the distance, so it is giving us an incorrect observation. So whenever we use this screw gauge, it will always give us a measurement which will be more than the actual value by this small value which is indicated by the blinking black arrow. We call this type of error as positive zero error because it is measuring this much extra dimension. But if the baseline crosses the, if the base zero division crosses the baseline, it is present above the baseline, then it will be called as a negative zero error. In this case, the left edge of the circular scale will be crossing over the 0 millimeter division of the main scale and it will be present towards the right side. So in this case, this type of screw gauge, it will measure a value less than the actual value by how much amount, as indicated by the blinking red arrow. In this case, it is called as negative zero error. So in order to observe the correct value, positive error has to be reduced from the observed value, but negative error has to be added into the observed value to get the correct value. How to measure the positive zero error? Formula for applying correction for positive zero error is negative of coinciding division multiplied by least count. Least count we already know. What is coinciding division? You can see that when circular scale is present on the main scale, some division of the circular scale will be coinciding or exactly on the top of the baseline. For example, in this case, the third division is exactly present on the top of the baseline. We had to find its value. We call this as the coinciding division. It is 3 in number. So, zero correction for positive zero error will be minus 3 multiplied by least count, which is 0.003 centimeter with negative value. So whenever we use this instrument, it will be measure a value more than the actual value by this amount. So this has to be subtracted. That's why correction is given a negative sign. Correct value is always obtained by observed value plus correction. Because correction is negative in nature, so we will be having subtraction or the difference of observed value and the correction, which will give us the corrected value. For negative error, the formula is n minus coinciding division into least count. Again, we have to find the coinciding division. N here is the total number of circular scale divisions on the circular scale, which are obviously 100 in number. In this case, 0 division is present above the baseline, and in this case 96th division say is coinciding or present on the top of the baseline. So in this case, correction will be 100 minus 96 into 0.001, which gives us a 0.004 centimeter value. So in this case, this type of instrument is measuring a value which is less than the actual value by 0.004. That's why it is given positive sign. So we have to add this value into the observed value to get the corrected. How to find the diameter of wire? First step, join the movable screw with the stud and find if there is any zero error and note it down. Second, we have to place the wire between the stud and the movable screw, rotate the ratchet in clockwise direction till it firmly holds it and its ratchet starts making rattling sound. Stop rotation. Step 3. Note down the main scale reading, which you have to note down with the left edge of the zero circular scale. So this is the main scale. Earlier, the left edge of the circular scale will be present right on the top of the 0 millimeter division. So initial reading is 0. When wire will come in between the screw and the stud, it will move toward the right side. When it moves toward the right side, concentrate on the left edge indicated by blinking red line. Count how many divisions it has exactly crossed while moving from 0 towards the right side. So you can clearly see it has now presenting itself between the third and the fourth division, that is between 3 millimeter and 4 millimeter. So it has not crossed 4 millimeter but only crossed 3 divisions. So its main scale reading will be marked as 3 millimeter. So main scale reading is always how many divisions has exactly been crossed by the left edge of the circular scale. Do not note down the main scale reading as 3.5 millimeter if it is exactly in the mid of third and the fourth division, or also do not make it as 4 millimeter if the left edge is present close to 4, because main scale reading is always how many divisions crossed by the left edge of the circular scale. Now we have noted down the main scale reading. Now we have to find the fractional value, which is called fraction to be added. So black blinking arrow is indicating the main scale reading from 0 to 3 mm, but we have to include this extra dimension and indicated by blinking red rectangle, which when added into main scale reading will give us the final diameter of the wire. We call this small part as the fraction to be added. So in order to note down the fraction to be added, again we will make use of coinciding division. So in this case, again we have to note down the coinciding division. You can clearly note down that third division is coinciding with the baseline. So in this case, fraction to be added will be coinciding division multiplied by least count, which gives us a value of 0.03 millimeter. And the final observed value will be main scale reading plus fraction to be added, which is 3 plus 0.03, 3.03 millimeter or 0.303 centimeter. So we will meet next time in the new chapter, pressure in fluids.